Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our start from scratch run here on Elmcreek. And according to my notes, which is literally just a marker board next to my desk so I can mark down what I've been doing to keep up with all these things. We're supposed to be going to the next month, planting our sorghum and saving up our money for cows. So let's do that. Let's go and go to the next month. And speaking of writing down something, I actually forgot to write down one more thing for my other save. All right. I was just doing some videos for the tribute run, and I want to make sure I didn't forget where I was going to be doing next for that one as I'm doing this one. All right, so here we go. We're ready to plant some sorghum. It's already set up. I think, yeah, we're just hit the button and go. Not enough money. Oh, except for that part. Apparently money is important. Wish I could send some of this money to my other save because we're a little bit tight right now, which technically you guys will not see that for a few more days after I air this video. I haven't given too much away, I promise. No spoilers. Low on money in one of my farming simulator saves. Pretty sure that's not a spoiler. I think that's a par for the course. So we're getting this done. We've got to get it obviously on all of our fields. Man, I wish we had a better seeder, but someday. Nothing here that we really need. Any contracts worth doing? I'm really trying to get away from some of the contracts, but oh, I think we're okay in all these. So really just got to get the sorghum done. Man, these saves are killers, man. They're just brutal to try and make money in this game. Well, on the specifically on the start from scratch mode. Start from scratch difficulty is honestly fairly difficult. You just make no money. Again, to put it into perspective, let's see here. Can I change that without? Yeah, okay, so let's do this. Let's see. As an example, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the amounts. As an example, I don't know, we can look at wheat. 335 on wheat right now at the top right. The topmost feed and grain wheat, 335. If I were to change the setting to normal, 604. Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah. The economic difficulty on hard mode is hard. It really, really is. I mean, we're making it happen, but it's definitely a challenge for sure. So, like, we'd be making almost twice as much money on just the normal difficulty. So, again, just trying to put everything in perspective of why it always feels like we're scraping at the bottom of the barrel and things like that. But we're making it happen. We are making money. It's coming slowly, slower than I'd like, to be fair, but it is coming. This is April. Anything else we're supposed to be doing in April? I've actually got the wrong calendar pulled up. I recreated my calendar for this save. April is just plant sorghum, and then again next month herb and fertilize the sorghum. And that's it. We don't sell anything until we sell eggs in November. But all of our selling in this game comes November, December, January, February, March. Like literally, or sorry, January, February. So 4 months in a row that we get to sell stuff in this game, which is crazy. All right, well, I'm gonna let this guy cruise along here for a bit. We'll come back when we're a bit further along. All right, finishing up the last row here of our second field, and then we'll move on to the big one, which will take a while, but we'll get it done. As you can see, I've been using the mower to do some rolling just to kind of speed things up a bit. Definitely works. In fact, we've done it before, right? I'd forgotten we had done it, and so I just haven't been doing it lately. But it definitely has the horsepower to do it. It's a little weird when you automate it with the worker, because the worker just tries to mow, which is kind of funny. But it's not a big deal. There's nothing to mow, so it doesn't really make a difference. Let's get you set up over here. Let's get you to roll out this last little bit. know if I can do this. Can we do this in one pass? I can't remember. Nope. Almost. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me. Coming through, get out of my way. Coming through. Watch out. Sorry, I was just like, whatever. Knock it all over. It's actually going to be kind of hard to pick up that mulcher, but it was whatever. I don't care. It was in my way. What can I say? I mean, I could have just folded up before I started moving around. But that defeats the whole point of everything. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, how bad is it falling over? Can I rescue this? Oh no, it's not falling over. It's just turned around. So, I think. Or is it upside down? I can't remember. Is the 3-point on the top or the bottom? Really? You're going to call that being in your way? Seriously, dude? You could have figured that out. I'm just saying. So the single point of the 3-point is on top. Alright, we're good. We just got to spin it around. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'm going to put another little quick cut in here just because this next video is going to take quite a while and not going to bore you guys with making you watch it. So we'll be back here in a bit. Alright, done with seeding. Just finishing up the last little bit of rolling here. And then we can move on to hopefully more fun things. This definitely takes a long time to do. Yeah, we got to herbicide and fertilize in May. And then that's it till July. In July, we harvest our barley and put some grass down on the barley field. All right, last pass, and then we are good. Alrighty, there we go. Good stuff. Definitely made it a bit faster to use this guy than it did for waiting. Even if this mower can be a little bit hard to control in some sense. Someday, years from now, we'll have a second tractor. When FS2030 comes out, maybe we'll have a second tractor on this this farm. All right, there we go. There's that. Let's go ahead and fast forward, I guess. Nothing much else to do. I mean, there's a little bit of bread building up, but that's okay. We got plenty of space. Strawberries are okay. I already unloaded some eggs. Yeah, really nothing else for us to do today. Except fast forward and get ready to herbicide and fertilize. Nothing here that we need. I mean, the shallow cultivator is kind of cool, but not super critical for our needs. I mean, it would allow us to get a different seeder that just didn't need cultivating if we were okay with doing 2 passes, right? So we could get like a 6-meter seeder like this one or something. But I don't know if that's the path we want to go down. This one's just so cheap, and that's the reason why we grabbed it. So we'll stick with it for now. Someday. I need to trademark that phrase. We're going to, we'll get something better. All right, so let's grab our tractor. Get the, whatever's in here first. I actually don't know. Appears to be fertilizer. Did you put sorghum on that field next to us, my friend? Wow. Huh. Well, it wasn't the plan to buy a field. Can we afford it? Yeah, we can, can't we? I mean, don't get me wrong. I need the cows, right? We need cows. Eventually, we were thinking about getting that field just to have, you know... can we afford it? We're keeping the wrong button. Yeah, we can afford it. Barely. I say barely. We got about 30,000 bucks left over, but what else would we need? I mean, the harvester, we're not going to get anything crazy for the barley. Or the sorghum. Yeah, I mean, that'll be a pretty basic one. Ha ha ha. I mean, the only reason I'm even thinking about it is because if I want that, I want to go ahead and grab it now so that I can go ahead and start fertilizing it and getting it prepared for whatever we want. Man, that's a really tempting option just because it's exactly what we're using right now. It's ready to go. I mean, it does mean we'd have to start selling some flour because we cannot produce enough bread to, yeah, we won't be able to produce enough bread. Choices, choices, choices. I mean, I already wrote down selling flour because I assumed that was going to be a thing that comes up at some point. I mean, it puts us further away from the cows, right? And as far as cows, now I'm going to not warn you guys, but I'm going to tell you guys that I do have a couple mods here. The reason I have the mods is because I finally I got to start playing a bit of multiplayer with one of my buddies who we actually bought it the day this game came out. And we just haven't really been able to sit down and play multiplayer. So we finally got around to that lately. And so we like to do some certain mods. We specifically, when we do our runs, we like to have these pastures that have no fences so that we can kind of design our own fences and stuff like that. And sometimes, in fact, in this case, what we did on our map is we took this one. If I can zoom out. Why is it not? There, I was hitting the wrong button. We can put like this one down, and then we put this one over here next to it. Basically a couple of those, and it makes it look like it's, and when they fence that whole thing in, it makes it look like it's just one giant pasture, which is really cool. So anyway, that's the reason why I have these extra mods. I guess is really what I was trying to get to. They're pretty good ones. You know, similarly priced. You know, cheapest one's $4.14. This is $5.18. I mean, so there's some similar prices there. But anyway, so I was going to tell you that. I mean, we can go with like a really cheap cow farm for now. Just 15 cows just to get us some milk. It's like not the most amazing thing in the world, but we would be able to get some cows sooner that way. Is that what we want to do? Or do we just stay the course, save it for the cows, ignore the field next to us? I mean, again, we do want to get that field eventually. So getting the field at a time when it's got a crop that's useful to us is part of the reason why I'm tempted. Kind of like whatever. Let's go for it, you know? Obviously, I'm very familiar with this field because we have this field on our tribute run, as well as the ones that we're working on over here. The only ones we don't have are the ones by the main house up there. But I don't know. Maybe this is a bad move. It is a really good field, though. Like, the yields on this field are, you know, 111% is pretty nice. I think we take it. I think it's going to be worth it for us in the long run. It might set us back a little bit short term. Oh, before I do this, I do need to come in here and grab this. Select you. Purchase information. Fine. There we go. Now we know. Oh, did you already have it fertilized? Yeah, I don't think this is doing much, if anything. Well, that's good news, I suppose. What about weeds? Oh, wow. Does need rolling, though, but a little too late for that, I assume. Yeah, I'm not going to fertilize anymore. I think it's good. So we're going to just assume that, and we'll come back with the weeds here in a... Oh, we're not even the weeds. Yeah, we're good to go. So, okay. I mean, it does make us low on the funds right now, which is going to make things a little bit challenging. I guess that's how I like to play this game, is a little bit of challenge, because I keep putting myself really close to the bottom of where we can be. But we're going to get quite a bit of flour from that. We can sell off the flour, you know, as we go. And of course, flour sells for, what is it, 1,500? I actually don't remember all of a sudden. Oh my goodness, flour is way less than I thought it was. 670. But do we make a decent amount? Like, this would be sorghum. Yeah, we make a little bit more flour than we would get sorghum, right? So maybe it's not like game-breaking amounts, but it's a tiny bit more. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it was a bad mistake. Maybe we shouldn't have gotten it, but to be fair, we could always sell it back again at some point. Honestly, what we might do is... I don't know why I folded that up. What we might do is sell the oat field and move the oats over to the bigger field. That could work. Because the oat field's actually not that good, because it's lower. We're actually getting less bang for our buck on that field than we are on these other ones, because these other ones are like 111% yield. The oat field is like, what, 90 something? Where do we see that? Yeah, 97. So it's not terrible, and it's almost 100%, right? But compared to the 111, I mean, it's less. So maybe there's enough justification for that. Now, the problem with that is that calendar-wise, we're going to harvest the sorghum here in August, which is actually only a month or so after we harvest the oats. We could still probably put a round of grass on there, right? And then plant oats next cycle. Something like that might work. I say oats. I'm sorry. Barley. I'm saying the wrong thing. No, we harvest the sorghum at the same time as we need to plant the barley, right? Or basically a month before. So no, we can still plant the barley. Yeah, that might be the plan. What are you doing over here, buddy? You having some issues? And then once we harvest the barley, instead of planting grass, which is, you know, it'd be nice to plant grass, but really all the grass is just supplemental income. We don't need it. So instead of planting grass, we just go ahead and do the sell the field, maybe. I mean, eventually we're gonna want something for sugar beets. Just out of curiosity, how much does that field sell for? It's not going to sell automatically, is it? Looks like it says 91,000 bucks, which I think is what it started with, right? So I'm not going to hit the button because I can't remember if there's a "Are you sure?" button or "Are you sure?" Dialogue. I mean, we'll get a little bit of our money back, right? Ultimately, we just upgraded to a better field overall. Maybe. But it does mean we get a little bit less grass this cycle, but I think we can live with that without some extra grass. Once we get the cows, we're going to want to start doing grass, obviously, because we need the hay. I will be doing corn for silage. That's the plan for silage at some point, as soon as we can figure out how to go about that. Corn is way better than grass for silage. I know there's the argument that you can technically, in a year, if you only did corn on a field and only did grass on a field, you would get more silage from the grass because you can do grass, several times a year. However, in the time period that corn is around, the 4 months or so that you have to plant corn, because you don't have to wait till corn is fully ready, right? You can harvest corn as silage or for silage about 4 or 5 months after it's been planted. So you can actually do it a little bit early, which does mean what you really want to do is, if you really want to min-max your silage, or just that field usage, is you do corn for silage, and then you do grass the rest of the year until it's time to do corn again, and then you've got the best of both worlds. So you've got that year-round silage, but while you can do corn, you're getting way more silage than you would get from the grass in that same time period. I say way more. Maybe not way more, maybe not like twice as much, something like that, but I think it's like 10, 15, 20% more or something like that. It's a good chunk more. So I definitely think it's worth it. Okay, so I forgot what I was doing. No, I need to hook up my sprayer again. I just forgot to go do the weeds. Sitting here talking about stuff. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the weeds set up, but I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. When we come back, we'll be getting some weeding going and kind of go from there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.